5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime, folks!
Welcome to game number 4 of this Lakeshore semifinal. The Toros couldn't get the job done on their own home ice. Now they get the pressure on to maybe win it up in Whitby and pull off an upset here. If not, we're going to need game number 5 tomorrow in Darlington. Up through center for Brown to try and get around Creeper Hodgins. Goaltenders, Alex Chismedia here for the Toros. Elsinore at the other end, the same matchup as game number 2. Brown back to the line, a shot to the net. There's the first save there by Chismedia, but the rebound goes right to the side of the net, and it's Edwards who puts in his second in 2 games to make it 1-0 Whitby. Aiden Howard wins the draw here for Hazelton. Nick Pro trying to bring this up through center, flips it deep. Back and behind the net it goes here. Howard trying to win the battle behind the net. They'll come free from in behind the goal. Edwards trying to dig it free from behind the net there. It's right back in behind the net again where Jackman tried to set up Blake Smith. There's a shot that gets stopped there by Elsinore. Trent Taylor will take the offensive draw now off to the left of Elsinore. Trying to win the draw here. Quick shot, stopped by Elsinore, still loose from the side, and Toros can't jam that in front. Elsinore catch a break there. Went in up and in behind him, but did not cross the line. Up through center comes Burley bringing it in. Burley flips it behind the net, takes a ricochet in front, and Chismedia steers it away. We're getting our first penalty coming up here, and it's going to go for tripping. Face off to the left of Elsinore on the penalty. It's Burley that goes to the box for tripping. Nick Perot with the puck. Fires it down low for Desprez. Aiden Desprez back down low. He tried to find Connor Cole. Desprez picks it back up again. Back to the line it goes for Perot. Shot to the net. Scores! Perot, a shot from the line, beats Elsinore. And it doesn't take long for the Toros to click on the power play. It's 1-1. So, Toros have finally got one now after being shut out in game number 3. They finally get one back on the board. That shot from the line by Perot was able to beat Elsinore to tie things up at 1. Whitby will come up with this puck through center. Flipped all the way in by Hopley. Hops in on net. And that'll be a save by Chismedia. Face off now, off to the left of Chismedia now. Gonna win the draw. There's Hopley, won by Taylor though. Hopley picking it up on the wall, back to the line, a shot to the net. Trying to find it there in some feet. Backhand shot, blocked away by Chismedia this time. Trying to find it on the other side now. Here's Respicio John. Respicio John bringing this up through center, in over the line. Tried to get around the defender, held him up. White fires it around the boards. In came Tyus Salter trying to take his man down in the offensive end. De Silva going to the front of the net, but Hopley couldn't get a pass over there to him. De Silva still sitting there at the side. This one he can't knock down. To the other side, Brown puts that in behind the goal. Taken away this time by the Toros Salter. Cameron Ryan with a pass, tipped in to the offensive end by Trent Taylor. We are 1-1. Whitby opened up the scoring on their second shot. Chismedia stopped the initial shot, but it was Edwards who put on the rebound. But the Toros struck on their power play on a goal by Perot, and that shot was a nice stop there by Chismedia. Face off now is off to the left. Back to the line it goes. Fired right back in behind the net where Perot goes after it to backhand that away. Neely can't get it past Cuddy. Connor Cole will get the opportunity now. Take it back behind his own net and start this out. Connor Cole off the boards there for Desprez, not out. There's a shot That ricochets right back in front, and Hazelton tried to get rid of it along with Perot. Flipped away through center, and along comes Neely after the puck. Neely fires that one just wide of the goal. From behind the net, they try and set this up from behind. Right into Elsinore, and they'll hold it. Face-off now will be off to the left of Elsinore. Trying to get it back there for Ethan Maddox, but couldn't get the pass back there to him. This time he will. Ethan Maddox takes a shot, got blocked, got it back again. Maddox a shot to the net. That gets tipped just wide through the Whitby crease area. Good pressure on there by Connor Cole to try and kick it free there for Desprez. Cooper Hodgins lets one go. That gets knocked down by his own teammate as Cole blocked that. From behind their own goal, Whitby will fire that around. Neely trying to throw his weight around. He's the one that got knocked down. Up through center. Here comes number 10 Davis. Taken away by Aiden Howard. Howard bets it up there for Neely, who tries to get around the defender of Ross, but Ross blocked him off. Nice play there again by Jackman to try and knock it down. Here's Davis after the puck. Back in behind the net goes Ross after it. Ross from his own end trying to spin away from Aiden Howard to get it out of his own end. Jackman does a good job on offensive pressure. From their own end, Whitby will fire this around. Ethan Maddox will keep it in. Shot to the net. It doesn't make it through on that fluttering shot wide. From behind the goal there, Whitby trying to control it, but the defenseman lost the stick. Toros trying to take advantage of that, but they couldn't get it back there to the blue line. For Maddox, that'll roll all the way down the ice and have enough mustard to go for icing. The face-off now that's off to the left of Elsinore. From behind the net, trying to dig the puck free from some feet. Lead pass. That was knocked down at center by Hopley. Right back in behind the Whitby net. That goes in behind the goal. Trying to skate this out of his own end. Tape to tape is White. Sends one in. Blockered off to the right by Chismedia. White trying to hold his man. Taylor trying to take down Hopley out in front. Along with Spicchio John. Hopley finds the line. Looking for a shot to the net. He'll send it there. It hit his own player. Still loose. Still trying to find it there in some feet. Shot, and they score. Hopley from the side of the net is able to bury it over Chismedia on the loose puck to make it 2-1 Whitby. Face off here from center, now picked up by Hazelton to try and slap it around. Cuddy from his own end picks that up to try and get around the defender, bounces it off the boards up the other way. In comes Edwards. Drop pass over the stick there. Brown who gets it back again. Brown to the front of the net for Boyd. Nice read there by the Toros, number 7 Perot who got it out. Dumped in, that hit Edwards at center. Slapped all the way right back into the Toros end. Hazelton fans on it. Here's Brown. Trying to get it back there to the line. Taken away by the Toros again. Aiden Desprez cutting in. Shot to the net. Caught by Elsinore as Desprez was getting taken down, but he still got a good enough shot away. Not enough to beat Elsinore on that opportunity though. Face off now. Off to the right of Elsinore. Backhand. Kicked off to the right by Elsinore behind the net. Whitby get the opportunity to clear. Get that up through center here for Stapley, who drops it off. There's a shot by Davis that gets blocked on the way through by Cooper Hodgins. Then both of them collide in the left corner. Hodgins trying to dig the puck free here. Away from Davis. and Stapley, who's doing the job. Stapley out in front, back to the line for Teven. To the other side for Ross. Shot to the net, caught there by Chismedia on the way through. Face off now, off to the left of Alex Chismedia. Won by Taylor. Salter tried to tip it around. He will. Taylor does the rest by chipping it out. Out through center ice. Whitby take it back in their own end. Coming around the other side here for an opportunity. Taken away there by Taylor. Trying to find it there was Cameron Ryan also, and the shot goes wide. Into the corner. John tries to drop it off. Back to the line for Tyus Salter trying to shoot it. Couldn't do that one. Fires it behind the net there for Cameron Ryan though. Taken away by Whitby as they start this out of their own end. Let up and in by Tucker, who's got some wheels. There's a shot and he scores through Chismedia to make it 3-1. Chismedia has gone to the bench now for Brett Foreman, who's coming in relief after the third goal there by the Whitby Wildcats. Now lead this one 3-1. Up through center to try and get it against Desprez. Knocked down and it's offside. Connor Cole to take the draw here at the line. Over here to the other side to try and pick that up. Tipped off the boards. Going down the ice into the corner for Hodgins. Big collision in behind the net to try and wrap that around for Desprez. Aiden Desprez can't get it out of his own end. Kept in by Whitby. They're going to send one to the front of the net. Stolen away by Perot. Fired out the boards for Desprez. Aiden Desprez with a pass for Connor Cole out of his reach. Here comes an opportunity to bring this in for Cuddy. Taking off his stick now. Colton Neely goes with it. Turned over to De Silva, who bounces that in. Foreman steers it off. Hopley behind the net to try and walk this out. Has control of it. Back to the line for Waterman. Waterman fires that deep behind the net. Brown trying to get the loose puck behind the net now. Brown uses the line for Cuddy. A shot to the net. Tip. Stopped by Foreman. And he's going to cover it up as he sprawls out of his net to make the save. Face off now will be off to the right. Edwards to take the draw versus Aiden Howard. And away come the Toros with the puck with Perot trying to send three back. Blake Smith going to the net as well, but Perot does the job to put the brakes on. Fires it behind the net for Smith. Blake Smith from behind the goal to try and set this up in front. Taken away there by Whitby as they try and find a lane to fire that around. They fire it so deep, it goes down for icing. Aiden Howard now to take the offensive draw here off to the left of Elsinore. Wins it, but couldn't get it back to the line. Toros get it though. Back to the line this time. There's a shot. Blocked away by Elsinore on the way through on the shot by Salter. Whitby with a pass up through center for Boyd, who dumps it deep. Right into Foreman, who was going to cover it, but decided to shovel it off to the left for Salter. Ethan Dervent from his own end with a pass up there for Smith, who gets taken down as he went to pass. Blake Smith will dump that deep back in onto the Whitby defense. Smith picks that off, walks in, can't shoot it, had it knocked away off his stick before he could pull the trigger. Up through center comes Whitby's Burley. Can't get around the defender. Now picked up there at center there, and fired back in, Ethan Dervent from his own end. Trying to get it around for the opportunity for Tucker. Taylor can't make his way to the net. Now Davis follows it on the right side. Taylor was almost taken to the boards there, stays on his feet, tries to put it deeper into the Whitby end. There's a flip pass up through center. Tyus Salter couldn't knock it down. Here's Dervent with it with a pass, broken up by Burley. Whitby was offside. Here comes Respicchio John. Caleb Respicchio John lets one go, and it gets caught by Elsinore with ease. And another face-off in the Whitby end. A draw now that's off to the left of Elsinore. Trying to win the battle here to set this up. Taken away there on the other side. Sets one to the net. Tipped. Stopped by Elsinore, and he's able to hold on to it. Connor Cole to take the offensive draw now. Try to use his feet. Sets it up. Desprez shot. Stopped by Elsinore. Still loose from the side. Toros can't jam it in. Going for the hit. Nick Perot keeps it in. Perot, a shot to the net. Tipped on the way through. Up into the netting. Out of play. Connor Cole to take the draw now. Taken away by Whitby as they move this over to the other side now for Boyd. Boyd starts it from center and brings it in. There's a shot. Caught by Foreman and hangs on to it. Faceoff is off to the right of Foreman. Blake Smith had hesitation about it to go after it. Ethan Maddox tried to dip it out. Here's Edwards after it. Back to the line there for Teven, who lets one go. Stopped by Foreman. Still loose from the side, but not for long. Brett Foreman is able to regroup and hang on to it. Edwards wins the draw. Blake Smith takes the puck away. Smith trying to get around Teven, he will. But he gets blocked there on the other side before he could shoot the puck. Coming around the other side now here for Whitby to send this out. Hodgins tried to hold the line. From their own end, Whitby start this out with a pass through center. Boyd dumps that in right to Foreman, who makes a save. Steers it off there for Hodgins behind the net. Cooper Hodgins off the boards there for Blake Smith, who tries to tip it away through center. That comes in over the line here for Stapley, who almost taken to the boards there by Jackman. Fires that in. Foreman the save. Left there for Maddox. Ethan Maddox for Hodgins. Jackman can't tip it out. There's a shot to the net. Knocked down by Maddox this time. Hard off the boards and out. Tucker from his own end. Getting it up there for Burley, who brings it in. Burley's shot. Blocker saved there by Foreman. Toros get the loose puck with Cameron Ryan now. Cam Ryan will push it deep. Tries to get it to himself from in behind the net. Taken away there again by Whitby's Davis, who can't clear it. Cam Ryan right to the front of the net trying to shoot this. Score! Ryan with a big goal as he takes advantage of a turnover, and it's back to a one-goal game at 3-2. Big offensive pressure there by the Toros, and Cameron Ryan stole the puck away, went right in against Elsinore and beat him to the blocker side to make it 3-2. Salter around the boards here for Dervent to the other side. Tyler Salter from his own end flips it up there for Cameron Ryan, who tips it there for Trent Taylor, who takes a hit. Up through center, they bring this in here with a backhand by Hopley. From behind the goal, Salter rings it around. Not out. Still loose there from the side. There's a shot. Stopped there by Foreman, and he'll gather it up. And then Dervent and his man behind the net were pushing and shoving, and I think Ethan Dervent might be getting the only penalty out of this. Dervent goes to the box for cross-checking. So just when the Toros cut it to a one-goal lead, now Whitby get the opportunity to maybe at least finish this period on a power play, as there's less than 2 minutes left to go win it. Cuddy from his own end starts this out. Now picked over here again for Cuddy, who will try and put this in. Knocked down by Perot on the dump-in attempt. And Nick Perot does a dump-in himself, dumping it back in behind the net, where Elsinore's got to leave it. For Whitby in behind the goal, they start this out. From their own zone, they'll start this with a pass here for De Silva. De Silva's cutting in, but he can't get a pass across over there for Edwards. And back comes the Toros. Aiden Desprez short-handed. Can't go with the puck, though, through center. Desprez uses Maddox at the line now. Hodgins dumps that deep, back in behind the Whitby net. First one back there is Aiden Howard to try and get the puck first. Got taken off his feet in behind the goal. Up through center comes Brown. Brown brings us in over the line. Nice play on the defense by Ethan Maddox. Brown keeps control of the puck back for Ross. Ross back over for Brown. Brown can't see a shot, drops it for Ross. Back for Brown again. Brown, shot, stopped by Foreman, who stood up with a blocker hand save. And now, taken down out in front was Ethan Maddox, and that'll be a Whitby penalty. Jackman tries to tip it away, gets knocked down by Edwards here in front of us. As he touches it up, we get a hooking call. 7.2 seconds left to go here on the clock as we play 4-on-4 hockey until the penalty to Dervent is over. From behind the net, the Toros trying to keep it back there. Here comes an opportunity to walk out, but he can't shoot it. And he's not going to be able to stuff it in from the side to end period number 1. Whitby Wildcats will take a 3-2 lead after 1 period of play as they opened up the scoring to make it 1-0. The Toros tied things at 1 before 2 unanswered goals by Whitby. After that, Chismedia got pulled for Brett Foreman. Cameron Ryan scored late in the first period to cut things at 3-2, so that's where we're going to go for the second period. Face off here from Stunner to start the second period. White dumps it out the boards there for Fryer Wilson over his stick, who will pick it back up again. Fryer Wilson almost hit into the boards there on the other side. Here comes Desprez after it. Desprez couldn't get around the defender, Tucker. From behind the net now, they pick this up. It's the Toros power play now. Jackman shot, just missed over the blocker hand of Elsinore, kept in by Dervent. Ethan Dervent fires it back low. Connor Cole with it now, setting it up, can't shoot it. Nick Perot will shoot it. Right pad stopped there by Elsinore. Kept in by Dervent though. Dervent to the other side now for Desprez. Desprez for Perot. Back to Desprez as they move it around from the slot area. Desprez shot, blockered away there by Elsinore and flipped away down the ice. From their own end now, Nick Perot picked that up. Perot from his own zone will get it over here to the other side as they try and look for a lane at center for Connor Cole. Cole brings it in over the blue line now to try and get around White. White pushes him back off behind the net. Jackman trying to help out Cole to dig the puck free, and he'll get it. He's got to get around Hopley though. Desprez will pick it up here on the other side. Logan Jackman down low there for Connor Cole now for Desprez. Back to line for Perot. Shot gets blocked there. Fryer Wilson coming after it. Fryer Wilson reaches the zone with a pass. And a big save there by Brett Foreman on that 2-on-1. Keeps this game at 3-2. Face-off now is off to the left of Foreman, who just came up with that incredible glove hand save and keeps us at a 1-goal game. Around the boards there for Cameron Ryan to try and tip it out. Got it up there for Trent Taylor, who brings us in. Taylor trying to get around the check there of Cuddy. Hazelton, shot, stop, loose puck. Taylor can't sweep it in from the side. Still loose from the side of the net. Taylor trying to find the puck, and he will. Hunts it down on the right side. Puts it behind the net there for Cameron Ryan, who's trying to win the battle against Stapley. Now it's Davis after it. Almost turned it over there to Cam Ryan, but couldn't find the puck. Up comes Cuddy, bringing it in with Stapley. Cuddy taking one to the net. Right pad save Foreman. And he's got to try and find that loose puck as well to keep it out. The slashing call happened in front of the net, and it goes to Whitby, so it's a power play. This one will be a full one here for the Toros, unless they can try and either get a goal or Jackman wins it back to the line for Perot. Nick Perot, shot to the net. Stopped there by Elsinore as he saw it on the way through. Face-off now is off to the left again of Elsinore. Cole trying to win the draw, goes back in behind the net now. Aiden Desprez with control of the puck. Sees a streaking Colton Neely, couldn't take the pass as it hopped over his stick at the wrong moment. Connor Cole now. Cole now for Desprez. Desprez for Perot. For Neely out in front, over his stick again. Jackman gets it. Over here for Cole again. Desprez trying to cut through. Sends a shot to the net. Hits something out in front. Desprez trying to dig it free. Cole shot. Stopped by Elsinore and cleared away out of the danger area for Jackman. Logan Jackman back to the line for Neely. Back for Jackman, but he was out of the reach of the corner. Cole takes it behind the net. Desprez for Cole behind the goal. Taken away by Stapley. Not out. Nick Perot to the other side, out of the reach of Desprez. into the corner for Cole. Connor Cole tried to get away from the defender, and Jackman tried to help dig it free, but Teven, having none of that, put his skate against the boards and held it for another draw. Trent Taylor to take the draw, wins it, but Salter does a good job to hold it in. Tyler Salter to the other side now for Blake Smith. To the front of the net, trying to take this in. Backhand got stopped by Elsinore, and he'll cover it. Good win there by Taylor. Back for Salter. Salter for Dervent. One-timer. Stopped there by Elsinore as Dervent didn't get all he wanted to on the shot. It just fluttered right into the Whitby crest of Elsinore. So we'll get another face-off here that'll be off to the right of the goal. And Taylor once again will take this big offensive draw versus Hopley. Tyus Salter coming in to take the puck. Salter a shot. Tipped wide. 25 seconds left to go on the power play. Salter keeps it in. Here for Blake Smith, who puts it behind the goal for Taylor. Trent Taylor from behind the net. They try and jam it out of front. Back to the line for Salter. Keeps it in with the right skate. But this time it's a turnover and fired all the way past Salter down the ice. And Foreman's got to come out to play the puck. Comes around the other side there for Dervent. Penalty is over to Davis, so Toros couldn't convert on that power play. Taylor comes back with it. Here for Blake Smith to the side. Blake Smith from behind the net, can't jam it in from the side of the net. Taken away now by Fryer Wilson, who fires out off the glass. Fired right back in there by Salter. Elsinore cuts it off behind the net. White with the loose puck here, getting it to the other side for Tucker. Fryer Wilson couldn't control that pass as he tries to get through. Cameron Ryan gets a pass up there for Logan Jackman. Can't get through at center now. Maddox coming after it. Ethan Maddox hard around the boards and into the Whippy end. Here's White after it. The pass is up there and brought in. Flipped all the way in there for Foreman, who's got to control it with a stick and then cover it up. Now it's a draw that's off to the left of the Toros end around the boards there for Maddox from his own end, flipping this away. Nice play there at the line by Cuddy, who held it in. Flip back in behind the net there for Cooper Hodgins, who goes to the backhand. John tried to tip it out, could not do so. That just hops in to Foreman for another face-off. And that draw will take place off to the right of Brett Foreman. Cuddy fires it hard behind the net. Brown racing after it. Got knocked out the puck there by Cooper Hodgins. Trying to find the puck on the left side. It comes free. Waterman with a shot. It's an easy scoop-up save there for Foreman. So now another face-off that's in the Toros end. Quick shot off the draw, doesn't make it through. Colton Neely's got to come around. Nick Perot from his own end trying to get that puck here on the other side. From behind the net, they try and set this up. Walking it out, taken away this time by the Toros, Connor Cole. Boyd trying to make his way around the defender. It comes back in behind the net there to try and find it. Toros trying to come after here with Neely. Taken away by Cuddy, who takes it back in his own end. Cuddy hard around the boards. Here's Brown with the loose puck, who drops it off. Here comes Cuddy bringing this in. Cuddy sends one to the net. It went wide. Toros trying to race after it. Aiden Desprez and Colton Neely coming up as well. Desprez's shot goes wide. Connor Cole with it now to try and get it down low. Taken away by Edwards. Whippy from their own end. Get this with Waterman. Waterman turns it over there to Nick Perot, who is getting Controlled on the other side. Knocked down by Neely. Sends one in. A little slap shot that gets caught down there by Elsinore. Face-off now is off to the left of the Whitby end to be taken by Aiden Howard, but it's a big defensive win there by Whitby. Ross fanned on the first opportunity, gets it back, pushes it back to the other side for Teven. Teven was checked on. Jackman shot, hit a stick, went high and wide by Blake Smith. Then Blake Smith gets creamed there by Ross. Back and behind the net goes Jackman, who takes a hit from Ross this time. Aiden Howard trying to win the battle behind the goal. Howard. Boards there for Salter. Shot to the net. Tipped on the way through by Smith wide. Coming in there was Dervent to pinch in. Around the other side there for Ross behind the net. It's a turnover there for Aiden Howard. Right in front. Nobody there to take it away. Jackman trying to find it. Logan Jackman takes a backhand behind the net there for Howard. Trying to find it there in the zone. Taken away. Aiden Howard with the loose puck now. Howard spinning and weaving. Back down low for Jackman. Jackman uses the back of the net as a helper, but he turns it over there to Stapley behind the net. Back and behind the net goes Teven after the puck. To the other side here for Ross, who gets it for Davis. Flipped away. Tyus Salter tried to dump it in. Respicchio John with a lead pass, knocked down by Cameron Ryan, who's got to bring this in. Cam Ryan, a shot of the right pad save by Elsinore, right in front of the net, nobody there. Burley trying to tip it away, gets past Maddox. Now they're trying to find it here for Stapler, who brings this in. Turnover, Trent Taylor's bringing it in. Only one back there though, and he couldn't do anything with the puck. Maddox with it with a flip pass. Respicchio John, tip pass for Taylor, who tried to make it through, couldn't hop past Hopley. Hopley will dump that away through center. Got a pass up there for Fryer Wilson, who couldn't get away from Cooper Hodgins, who's baying his shadow there in the left corner. From behind the net, they try and wrap this around, taken away by Respicchio John. Caleb Respicchio John brings it in. Shot to the net. That hit Tucker, went high and wide. Hard around the board. Cooper Hodgins' shot will go wide. Now Neely tries to keep it in. Send some feet. John couldn't get rid of it. Back and behind the net it goes. Comes around the other side. Clearing it away through center now was De Silva, who tries to get free, and he gets tangled up there. Kept in there by Fryer Wilson, finding one, sending it deep in behind the goal wide. Maddox gets it. Hard around the boards there. White tries to pick it off. He will. Send it deep behind the net. Under 5 minutes. Left to go here in period number 2. Still the same score we had after period number 1. 3-2 Whitby. Good job by Neely, wins the race. Neely out of front, trying to find it there in the crease area. And Elsinore is going to hold it. A 5-minute power play. Neely to the other side for Perot. Nick Perot holds it there. Sets it to the other side for Desprez. Front of the net, wide of the goal. Edwards skating away with it now. Neely comes back and knocks him down. Coming back from his own end. Lead pass there for Desprez to try and get around Cuddy. Desprez hangs on to it. There for Neely. Drops it back to the line where there's nobody there. Taken away by Whitby, who send it down. From behind the goal there, behind the net, is Nick Perot. Perot over there for Neely, who tried to dump it in. Here comes Logan Jackman to try and set it up. Over here to the other side now for Burley, who wraps it around. Nice play by Perot. Kept it in. To the other side there for Neely, who couldn't get it. Jackman, shot, blocker save there by Elsinore. Cole, taken into the boards behind the net. Hard around the boards, and not out. Now it'll come away at center, and that's Burley, who's going to backhand it away down the ice and into the corner. Perot from behind the net. Trying to set up to the other side here for Desprez, who brings it in. Desprez, front of the net. walking in, taking it away on the other side. Desprez drops it there for Tyus Salter in his own end. Picked up by Whitby, they were offside. From behind the goal, they'll start this behind their own net now with Salter. Salter tries to get through on the other side with a pass. It gets picked up on the other side here for Stapley, who tries to get it. Taken into the boards on the other side, now picked up there by the Toros. Blake Smith bringing it in. Smith trying to dump that behind the net there. Burley behind the goal, runs over Taylor. Burley fires it around, that hit Blake Smith on the follow through. Ross gets the opportunity to clear, and Ross will clear it down the ice. Foreman's got to commit to play that for Salter in his own end. Salter over here for Dervent. That'll go past everybody, including Ross, down the ice. No icing. Cameron Ryan trying to set it up in front for John. From the side of the net, Elsinore is going to hang on to it. Cole trying to win the draw on the offensive end. Quick shot from the jaw, hit a stick, went high and wide. Cameron Ryan behind the goal, sets it up there for Cole. Fired out past Maddox. Ethan Maddox to the other side now for Perot. Trying to find a lane to dump this into the zone. It'll be coming in over the line. The pass for John was broken up. And Hopley's going to hop away with the puck to try and get to it first. Short-handed here. Hopley doing a good job in behind the goal. Coming with it now in behind the net there was Fire Wilson, who killed off more time by back skating into his own end. Perot couldn't find the puck after he knocked it down. Still loose there for Hopley. He'll send it away. Toros are offside. Maddox had to wait before he entered the lane. Perot off the boards there for Cole to bring it in. Connor Cole to try and get around the defense. Takes one to the net. Stopped by Elsinore with a stick. Cleared away. Past Perot down the ice. Perot's got to hustle after the puck there before Hopley. Only 1:24 left to go on the penalty. And we're in the last minute of play of the second period as well. That goes down. No icing. Davis bringing it in with a pass up there for Boyd. Boyd trying to cut to the net. Taken down and behind the goal. Boyd looking to deliver the head in behind the net. Coming around the other side there for the Toros. Hazelton to try and flip it away. Face-off will be off to the left now of Brett Foreman. Trying to win the draw. Comes away at center. Ross knocks it down. Ross trying to flip it in. Got knocked down by Dervent to the other side. For Hodgins, who tried to dump it in. It'll be to Dervent to the other side. And the Toros are going to run out of time before they can get that final shot on net of the second period. So they will go to the dressing room after the second period here in game number 4 of this series. Down by 1. 3-2. Here's the draw to kick off period number 3. Logan Jackman takes the opening draw of the third period against Hopley. Puck gets sent down the ice. Desprez after it. Desprez from his own end. Starting this from his own zone, he brings us in. Desprez trying to cut to the front of the net. Almost taken into the boards there. Goes back to the line. Nick Perot did his job to try and keep it in. Now it's an opportunity for Dervent to try and hold it in there. Back in behind the net for Tucker, who fires it around there behind the net. Coming around the other side on the left side. Nick Perot tried to keep it in. He does his job. Keeps it in at the line, fires it down low. Connor Cole from the side, trying to jam it past Elsinore. He's having none of that. He holds on to it. Face off now off to the left of the Whitby end. Trent Taylor wins it cleanly back for Tyus Salter. Over here to the other side now. Shot to the net. Tipped. They score! From the side of the net, Trent Taylor is able to jam it in, and we're tied at 3. Taylor to take this draw here at center. Taken away there, dumped off the boards by Tucker, back in the zone for Salter. Tyler Salter rings it around the boards on the other side, picked up there by Whitby. Taylor fires it around there for Cameron Ryan, who tried to get it. That'll get flipped down the ice and picked up by Whitby in their own end. Fired, knocked down by Jack Hazelton here in his own end. The turnover there to Edwards, who tried to take it in. Boyd a shot, trying to take one to the front of the net. Boyd another shot! That's a right pad save by Foreman. Came out, kicked it off to the side. John takes a shot that gets blocked by Tucker. From behind the goal now, Whitby will take it. Coming around the other side there for Boyd behind the net. It goes over here to the other side here for Whitby to try and tip it out of the zone. Taken away on the other side here for Tucker. Turned over to Jackman, who tries to follow it in the left corner. Along with Blake Smith to try and hold it in. Got kept in there from the line by Maddox, who's got a stick caught in the skates over here on the other side. Jackman tried to send one to the front of the net. Taken away by Whitby. Maddox trying to hold up his man there. Burley on the other side. Whitby pick it up from their own end with Ross trying to take it out. Ross takes it up through center. Fires that past Burley and gets tipped away through center ice. From their own end, they go for a pass for Burley, who tries to bring it in. He got held up by Maddox, and it's offside. Face off here from center by Cole. Try to get it up there for Neely on the other side. Over here now for the opportunity for White from his own end. White will send this away through center, knocked down by Tyler Salter in his own end. Salter sees the pressure on there by Davis, so he gets a pass up there for Desprez. Cutting into the front of the net, it's Connor Cole, setting up Neely with a shot. Doesn't make it through. Desprez turnaround shot, right pad save, Elsinore. From behind the net they start this. Can't get it past Salter from the line. Tipped right in, and Elsinore will cover it up. Connor Cole from the right side of the net to take the draw. There's a quick shot right off the draw, stopped by Elsinore. Neely and Cole digging away at it at center. Brought in by Connor Cole in the zone to try and take one to the front of the net, taken away at the other side. Cole still digging over here on the other side, taken away by Whitby as they tried to stand up Tyler Salter. Here comes De Silva. De Silva brings it in right to the front of the net, takes a shot. It doesn't make it through. Still loose there at the side, taken away by the Toros. Hayden Desprez through center. Up there with Neely. Desprez has a man to beat. Gets around him, cuts in, stopped there by Elsinore and close. And Whitby started from their own end again. Some nice moves there by Tucker. Turned over there to Perreault. Perreault trying to cut in here. Nick Perreault, front of the net, backhand, doesn't make it through to the goal. Toros get the loose puck back to the left for Respicchio. John sending one to the net. Tipped by Perreault. Stopped by Elsinore. Back to the line. It comes out. Hazelton from his own end's got to wait. Over here for Nick Perreault. Hard off the glass and dumped all the way back into the Whitby end. Coming around the boards. Cut off on the wall by Cameron Ryan. Cameron Ryan trying to win the battle over here on the right side behind the net. It's in behind the goal there for Whitby. Starting this from their own end to wrap that around. Knocked down by Perreault. The shot hit John on the way through as he tried to dance out of the way of that. Up through center. Stapley tries to get through here. Good job by Hazelton to stick to Stapley. Teven finding it here in the corner. Back and behind the net it goes. Trying to win the battle behind the net there is Boyd behind the goal. Right in front, nobody there but Cameron Ryan. Cam Ryan with a lead pass for John, who tries to bring it in. Respicchio John hard around the boards. Elsinore's got to stop it behind his own net. Up there for Boyd, who tried to tip it away. Jackman tried to get through there. Aiden Howard. Shot. That didn't make it through. Gets it back again. Howard. Jackman. Shot. Stop. Blake Smith. Rebound. Scores! Blake Smith capitalizes cruises out in front of the net and buries it past Elsinore. And it's the first lead of the game for the Toros at 4-3. And that shot by Jackman was stopped by Elsinore, but he couldn't control it. Blake Smith was able to cash in from the side of the net, waiting at it at the side of the goal. He gets the Toros a 4-3 lead here in the third period. Waterman going back after it in his own end. Hard off the boards, Aiden Howard tried to hold the line. It's Waterman from his own end now. Maddox tries to knock that down here in the zone, picked up by Aiden Howard. From his own end, Cooper Hodgins tried to get that puck over to the zone. Blake Smith tries to dump that deep back into the... Up here for Burley. Burley tries to bring it in, stays onside. Almost took a hit there by Connor Cole, sorry. Walking out from the corner. Trying to jam it in from the side. Right in front of the net. Here's a shot. Blocked there by Desprez. Connor Cole goes for the pass up through center. Rolls all the way down the ice into the corner. Right from the side, they can't bury it. Connor Cole picked that up. Use the line there for Ty Salter. Salter pushes it in, and it's offside. Face off here from center. Won by Whitby. Turnover. Cameron Ryan shot. Stopped by Elsinore. Loose puck. Jen can't bury it at the left side of the net. Around the other side here. Kept in by Salter. From behind the net, they try and jam it out in front there with Taylor. It's in behind the goal there for Whitby as they start this out. They'll bring it up there with Fryer Wilson to try and get in. Taken off the stick there on the other side by Smith. From their own end, they try and flip that up. Aiden Howard fires that to the other side over the stick of Cameron Ryan, and that goes for icing. Face-off is off to the left now. Pro gets taken off his feet. Coming around the other side there for Logan Jackman to try and cut it off. Fired right back in. Skipper right into Foreman, who knocks that away for Hazelton. Hazelton from his own end to try and get it out. It comes away at center now, knocked down by Blake Smith. Smith gets it over here for Jackman, who tried to put it in. Falls down once he enters the offensive end. A turnaround shot there for Jackman in the right corner. Jackman from behind the net now. Walking out shot. Wasn't able to stuff it in from the side. From behind the goal, it goes taken away at the other end by Howard again. Sent down the ice right to Foreman, and it goes for icing. Face-off will be off to the right of the goal. Aiden Desprez with the puck. Trying to get around the defender. Good control of the puck. Back to the line for Ethan Maddox. Back for Desprez. Shot. Blocker save there by Elsinore. Still loose from the side, and the Toros can't bury it. Hard around the boards. Not out. Kept in, though, from the line by Cooper Hodgins. The shot got blocked there by Whitby as they started out with Boyd. Boyd dumps it in. Foreman makes a save, and Foreman makes sure he sticks his stick up and doesn't allow any company out in front. Face-off is off to the right now. Brett Foreman to be taken by Edwards. Edwards and Cole on the draw. Connor Cole wins the defensive draw. Hodgins slaps it around and out. Ross is on it. Turnover there to Desprez, who tried to bring it in. Within some feet. Up through center comes Stapler, who tries to get around. Tipping that out the boards to try and find it here for Colton Neely. Neely's pass for Desprez will be on the other side. It gets put back in behind the net now. Desprez shot just wide of the left of the mark. Neely trying to put it back in behind the net for Desprez in behind the goal. Right in front of the net, the Toros. Neely couldn't control it, or he could have had an opportunity from the slot area. Neely hooked up his man. That'll be a penalty coming up here to the Toros as Neely hooked up Boyd. Face-off is off to the right now of Foreman. Whitby get the opportunity to tie this up with their power play. Hard around the board, Aiden Howard. Tips it out past Cuddy. Now he's got to race after the puck, but he's not going to beat Waterman to it. Waterman in behind his own goal now. Over here to the other side now to try and find a lane through center. Hopley coming in, shot gets knocked down. Found by Toros, dumped down the ice. Elsinar's got to commit to play this one. Leaves it there for Waterman, who takes it behind his own net now. Waterman to the other side. They look for a lane here through center. Aiden Howard was on him. Here comes Burley in the zone. Burley cutting in, can't shoot it. Here comes Davis with a backhand. Trying to get scooped up there by Foreman. He finally finds it before Hopley could bury it in front. Face-off now is off to the left of Foreman. Edwards and Taylor on the draw. Taylor wins a big defensive draw. Right out and down the ice. All the way back in behind the net. Elsinore again leaves it behind his own goal. From their own end, it's Whitby who start this out to the other side. Leading an end-to-end rush is White who brings it in. White with the loose puck. Taken away by Taylor, tipped down the ice. Fryer Wilson going back in his own end after it. Still 35 seconds left to go on the penalty to Neely. Up through center comes Fryer Wilson and over the line. Good job there by Desprez and Perreault behind the net to try and stick to Fryer Wilson. Now it's Junn's job. Back to the line, over the stick of Tucker. And Tucker is able to regroup and give it to White. Back there for Tucker, who tries to get through, couldn't do it. Here's White after it. White through center ice, tape to tape. It's taken away off the stick of De Silva and out. Tucker from his own end now. From their own zone, they'll start this out with Ross. Over here to the other side, brought in by Tucker, who almost got taken into the boards there by Desprez. Now Cole and Cameron Ryan trying to start this shorthanded. Coming up over the line, offside. Hazelton trying to get that puck out over the line. Here's a shot by Junn. Stopped there with the fast glove hand of Elsinore. Connor Cole to take this draw off to the left now of Elsinore again. Wins it back there for Jack Hazelton. Hazelton puts it behind the net there for Cole to try and get it. Coming around the other side there for Cole to try and dig it free. Taken away by Whitby. The lead pass up there for Boyd, who tries to bring it in. Boyd's drop pass. Hopley shot. Stopped by Foreman. Keeps it out. From behind the net there, they try and jam it in from the side, and the Toros are able to keep it out and get a whistle. Here's a shot that went wide of Brett Foreman. Back to the line it goes. Shot to the net. Nice block. Kept in by Cuddy. Cuddy a shot. That got knocked down by Foreman, who came out to block it down. Here comes an opportunity for Edwards to try and win against Aiden Howard. Blake Smith with a pass there for Jackman. Out of his reach from center and gets flipped into the Toros bench out of play. Face off one there. Nick Perreault dumps it deep. Elsinore trying to keep it behind the net. We'll keep it back there for Cuddy. Burley. Over here to the other side to be picked up by Nick Perreault behind the net. Coming around the other side for Aiden Desprez. He can't get it out. Shot to the net, tipped wide. Burley gets it behind the net. Off goes Elsinore to the bench for the extra attacker. Cuddy a shot. Right to the side of the net and wide. Trying to find it. Desprez gets it. Desprez backhands it away through center. Cuddy gets it at center ice. To the other side, it comes in here for Nick Perreault from his own end. Perreault sees an open net. Looks to send it down here for Desprez. Went over his stick. He's going to be the first one on the puck. Aiden Desprez behind the net now. Sets it up in front. Nobody there. Nick Perreault. Shot to the net. Hit the side of the goal. Still loose from the side. Desprez can't bury it from the side of the net. Up through center they come. Nick Perreault dumps it deep. 40 seconds left to go on the clock. Waterman's back there for icing. Face off now will be off to the left of Foreman. Still Elsinore on the bench. Jackman trying to find the puck here. Jackman winning the battle. Trying to find it. Back to the line for Cuddy. A shot tip on the way through. Goes through the crease area. Toros trying to find it there with Perot behind the net. He's trying to pin it there in the left corner. Nick Perot doing his job along with Aiden Howard as they keep that in there long enough for a whistle. 14 seconds left to go on the clock. Aiden Howard with a defensive draw here. One by Whitby, trying to send one to the net. Sent all the way down! And it's icing. Face off again. This could be the last face off here. It's in some feet area. Whitby trying to get it. Toros will. Perot taking into the boards behind the net. And it's going to be kept here in the corner. And that is going to do it. As Nick Perot's down in the corner after taking the hit. Still not over yet here for the Toros. Still 0.2 seconds left to go. Left on that clock. There's the opportunity for Aiden Howard. He's going to keep it there at the face-off circle. And both teams are going to push and shove. And the Toros are going to prevail out of this series. 6 points to 2. As they won games 1 and 2. They fell in game 3 and were able to dig themselves out of a hole here in game number 4. They trailed 3-1 in the second, but Cameron Ryan made it 3-2. We went to the third period, and the Toros turned it up with a goal by Taylor to tie things. And then right after that, a shot by Jackman was stopped by Elsinore, but the loose puck laid at the side of the net where Blake Smith found Snuffleupagus' long-lost brother, Stuffleupagus, and he stuffed it right into the back of the net to make it 4-3 for the Toros, and that's the way this one ends. And the Toros will once again get another opportunity at the Lakeshore final. They went last year and lost in heartbreaking fashion last year to Ajax in overtime. They're going to have either North Durham or Oshawa in the Lakeshore final. Thank you for watching. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night from MJ Broadcasting.